Xbox versus PS3. This is the third rant I've done today. Quite interesting now. Use this bit of information. I am a PlayStation person. I have been since I was about 8 and I moved in with my grandparents. Yeah, well, I'm not going to tell you the story about that. Anyway, I got my very first game system that belonged to me, nobody else, was the PlayStation. The original PlayStation. Ever since then, I have had so many good times with the PlayStation. I can't even begin to imagine what I would have done without it. If I had gone with the Wii, oh God forbid. I was on a stint there where I was playing the Wii. Granted, the Wii had a few fun games. No More Heroes. For the win! But, Super Mario Galaxy just doesn't cut it. Mario Party just doesn't cut it. Phantom Brave, we meet again. That cuts it. I loved that game. I couldn't play it very well, but I loved it. Oh God, did I love it. Which also led me to play the games Disgaea, Disgaea 2, Dark Hero Days, and Disgaea 3, Absence of Justice. Now, for those of you who know of the Disgaea series, awesome! For those of you who don't, the original is Disgaea Hour of Darkness for the PS2. Play it! If you don't have the PS2, or for some odd reason can't find the game, it's very hard to find. I have never once seen it in the store. Never, ever, ever. And there's usually no game I can't find. Anyway, if you haven't played that, play Disgaea Afternoon of Darkness for the PSP. It's the same storyline, just with a few twists. The next game in the series is not exactly a sequel. It is like the Final Fantasy series. It depicts a different tale. Now, the original was called Cursed Memories, Disgaea 2 Cursed Memories, but the new one is called Disgaea 2 Dark Hero Days. Here again, frickin' fantastic game. Now, if you haven't played any 3 of the games, I'd start with 2, because the character development system is a little bit easier, and the maps are quite simple. Disgaea 1 had a harder character development system, and it was incredibly difficult to level up your characters. Once you got to a certain level, though, I believe it was the next to last chapter, first stage, you could just kill these vampire dudes. There's like 4 of them, and they're super high levels, but if you team up on them and coordinate your attacks just right, you can very easily level up your characters. Disgaea 3 Absence of Justice is for the PS3. If you haven't played it, you're retarded. Okay? You're just freaking retarded. I myself am retarded. I have played it, but I have never beaten it on my own merit. I had my friends help me. Very much. Believe me, it's a very hard game. If you're not good at SRPGs, don't play the series. God. But anyway, the Xbox. The whole rant was supposed to be about Xbox versus PS3, but I digressed. Which isn't all. It's my favorite word. Anyway. One of the things about the Xbox that I don't like is the hefty controllers. Now, I can no longer say that they are a problem. I used to think they were too big because I had small hands. Wah, 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 wah. But now I have bigger hands. Anyway, silliness shall ensue. Anyway, I'm not real wild about the buttons either. Like, why does it have that black and white button? And why does it have 2 different analog sticks? You know, I'd rather stick with my PS3 any day of the week. I can't say that the Xbox 360 isn't a good system. In fact, Bayonetta looks far better on the Xbox 360 than it does on the PS3. Honestly, it does. Now, I'm not saying Bayonetta isn't great, period. It's an awesome game. I loved it. I wanted to try it, like, when it first came out, but I didn't have the money. Then I sold my Wii or my Nintendo DSi or XL or something, $159.99. That's not a bad sell price considering I bought it for $179.99. Um, Bayonetta is just a brilliant game. Another good game, Mod Nation Racers. If you haven't played it, play it. Very good, worth the money, definitely. Anyway, I grew up fiercely hating the Xbox, with no reason other than the controllers. I have friends that have them. Now, I have grown past that. I like the Xbox. Honestly, I like it. I'm not good at playing it. Freaking awful at Call of Duty and all those war games. I find, though, this theory may be a little bit, or a lot, inadequate, but I find that the PS3 actually has more games for single player than it does multiplayer, and the Xbox 360 has more multiplayer than it does single player. So I find that the Xbox 360 is, and this is just my personal opinion, is a MMO game system, massive multiplayer online. And if this is quite obvious and I'm only just realizing it, don't make fun of me, please. Please. That was just a little bit gay. Anyway, that's why I like the PS3 though. I'm not good at playing games online. In fact, I pride myself on my ability to beat just about any video game that I ever buy, but that doesn't mean I'm good at every video game I have. For instance, Soul Calibur 4. Oh, I love that game. And over time, I had gotten better at it, but I still can't play it online. For crap. Ever. The only time I can ever win is when I use Darth Vader or The Apprentice. And when you use them online, it's considered cheap because they're Force whores. It's not cheap. If they didn't want you to use them online, they wouldn't let you. They'd make it illegal, like on the Xbox 360. Tekken 6, I'm relatively okay online, unless I get one of those people that really mastered the 10-hit combos. Then it's all over. Seriously, if you ever play this game or have this game, don't get hit by those 10-hit combos. They will screw you over. Seriously, if you never... Just block. Just block. Block! Defense. Defense is the best offense. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another one of the better games I have. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. You don't even have to like Star Wars to like this game. Galen Merrick will work your way into his heart as a wonderful Star Wars character. There's just no getting past it with him. That's about all. Oh, Final Fantasy 13. I love it. I love that game. It's just a really good game. The only problem is, I'm stuck. Crazy stuck. Even the guidebook can't get me past how far I'm stuck. I am stuck on this giant ship, and you're in this room with extendable bridges, and on each platform between the two bridges that you have to extend, there is either a group of 5 or less enemies. The last platform has the hardest enemies. I haven't figured out how to get past it, and the guidebook hasn't done me much good either. I feel like, sometimes I just feel like if I'm gonna get the guidebook, I have to wait at least until I have beaten the game to actually use it, I just don't see the point in using a guidebook unless, it's like the last resort thing. Dissidia Final Fantasy. I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy series. I have always loved it, ever since I first played it. Of course, I feel rather stupid because I went to an anime convention once and I didn't know who Kefka was. I saw a guy cosplaying as Kefka and I go, what the hell are you supposed to be, a clown? He looks at me like, I'm Kefka. I hate cosplayers that do the voice. I'm Kefka. I'm like, I'm Urahara Kisuke. Nice to meet you, Kefka. No, if you go to a cosplay convention, don't get so far into the costume that you're actually acting like and